guys. So I don't know about you guys, but earlier I have definitely felt some big energy coming in. And of course, if you're someone who likes the data, well, we actually have the data, believe it or not. There's a lot of things kind of going on right now with the energy. I think what happens, like, and this is the same thing with like the last super large solar storm we had. That solar storm we had lasted forever. It felt like we were just continuously upgrading. I think when you get 118 solar flares from one region alone, that energy was slamming us each time, and I think it's really starting to come in, and I think it's like settling in. So I think there's so much energy, man, so much energy that is coming in right now, and it is sinking through. On top of that, I also think the Earth is like charged up right now. Let's get audio check.
Oh, great.
Okay, good. So feel free to chat. Many community posts telling everybody that I am live. Please hit the like button, and it's good to have everybody here in the stream. So for today's video, okay, we got to talk about the current activities. We got to get into earthquakes because there's quite a bit in America, and there's some pretty big ones going around. So welcome everyone in. Joe Sky here, back at it again with another update. I kind of like this setup. It's really fun, simple, and just boom, right into it. So here we go with the Schumann resonance right now. We have some of this energy coming in. White is intense, green is moderate. Now, it's not the highest amplitude, but we are having energy resonating at the harmonic frequencies. And of course, we have this band of energy. No vertical spikes, but a lot of this horizontal energy. So it's consistent, persistent energy that is coming in right now. And I'm sure you've been getting the ear ringing. I'm assuming you got the dizziness, been feeling dizzy. I'm going to get into more symptoms. Of course, on the Italian Schumann resonance, get a big push on the energy right now, a spike over 100 hertz. And of course, over here, we definitely have some energy spikes as well. Now, there is some interesting things right now. The magnetic field is down. This is in Cassina, Italy. The magnetic field, this is down right now. There is no data. Over here, this is pretty intense energy right now. We got some very intense energy right now. This is in the Etna Radio Observatory right now, ranging up to 21,000 hertz. This is picking up different frequencies, so things are intense. Now, our sun has been very active. You guys know that the sun has been active. We've had a really active sunspot region, AR4366. This has been a truly active region. We of course have been having many solar flares, C classes and M's. As our 72-hour max is at M2.82, and it is also the 24-hour max. We have multiple M-class solar flares that have come all from 4366. So there's been over 120 solar flares from this specific region alone here. And of course, having multiple today, I'm sure many people are definitely feeling that. Most of the sunspot regions are on the right side of the sun. There hasn't been any new emerging ones. But of course, with time, I'm assuming that'll change. One of the interesting things about this sunspot region is it is definitely separating. It is literally separating, and it will be interesting to see what happens as time goes on. Since this sunspot region is still big, we could potentially see it coming back in maybe another few weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Overall, of course, the other sunspot regions don't seem to be too active, but of course, anything could happen. When we look at the sun right now on image 211, we have a huge coronal hole on the top, the northern part of the northern hemisphere of the sun. This is a large-sized coronal hole. For those who don't know, coronal holes are cooler sides of the sun where plasma can escape freely. We've been having a bunch of coronal holes lately on the sun. Now here's something interesting. Huge eruptions. Potential plasma, potential CMEs. So very interesting here, right? We might have a very busy sun on the far left. Whenever there's like a bright region, as you can tell, the current solar flares on the right side of the sun. So the solar flares on the right side of the sun, so the bright regions. That indicates where some of the brightness is. That's where potential new solar flares on the sun are. So as the sun is rotating in, we could have, and these do look like solar flares, these do look like, quite a bit of activity on the sun, some burst of energy. We could see that in the next few days, these sunspot regions could rotate towards us and be very active. So this is definitely something to definitely be interested in. Got some earthquakes in America. Let's really focus up on America. Alright, so we had a few earthquakes in California. Where's the mouse? There it is. A few earthquakes in California. We had a 3.6 in Nevada. We had one in Texas as well. So it's been quite active. Yesterday it was only like 1 or 2. And today we got some earthquakes. And then of course we have one in Centerville, South Carolina. So very interesting, right? We got some solar flare activity. We got Schumann resonance definitely spiking. And of course we got some earthquakes. South Carolina does not normally get earthquakes, so that is quite interesting. If you guys didn't know, there was a huge earthquake, a 4.5, I think, in Canada. I think it was in Ottawa or Toronto. I don't remember exactly where. I'm sure some places in America probably felt that, by the way. So there's definitely been an increase in earthquake activity. Definitely been an increase in that earthquake activity. So when we zoom out all the way, there is a lot happening in Mexico and pretty much by like South America and over here specifically, which is by the Caribbean Sea. So not so much. So definitely in an interesting area. We have a lot happening over here. Quite a bit of earthquakes in that area, that's for sure. All right. So let me know, how's everybody doing? How's everybody's day? Alright, so we got the Schumann resonance chart. So yeah, a lot of people have definitely been reporting symptoms, ascension symptoms of chills, dizziness, maybe Some people have reported anxiety. There's been, what else has there been? Lower back pain. This has been a huge one. Very common. Headaches. Overall, I think the best things you could do is grounding your energy. Grounding your energy is one of the best things you could do. I did it today. It was a warm day. I think it was like 13 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that, which is like, I don't know, what is that, like -4 Celsius or something. So it's been quite warm. And went outside, grounded the energy. So overall, yeah, it's been alright. Recommend it. Always having a healthy diet. Get those minerals in. You don't want any mineral deficiencies. You want to get as much magnesium, sea salt. Well, don't load up too much on sea salt, but you know, definitely have your electrolytes in there. Sodium, magnesium, chloride, calcium, potassium, right? A lot of nutrition, a lot of good foods. Let me know how's everybody doing. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe button. We do live streams right now, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and we keep you guys updated with astrology, Schumann resonance, solar activity, earthquake activity, because you know that's pretty important, right? We've been noticing, you know, some very interesting patterns with the Schumann resonance and earthquake activity. So things have definitely been interesting lately. How long will what last? Up to the stream. Oh, the solar flares? What do you mean they'll last? What do you mean? I hope you're having a great day, by the way. So that is a very interesting question, right? Because I'm not sure if you're aware of the fact that we are in solar maximum and we're kind of peaking in it. I mean, there's always going to be solar flares, right? But the fact that we're in solar maximum, which I think ranges from 2020 to 2030, if I'm not mistaken. And right now we are in the peak of this solar maximum. And right now, I mean, we're always having solar flares. I've been monitoring this activity for almost, 7-8 months straight. There has always been solar flares. Right now, we have a big region that just dished out 125, maybe more, almost 130 solar flares in 1 week on its own. One region, which is insane. So, I mean, this is going to be going on. I mean, the solar flares themselves could last 10, 20 minutes on average. If we pay attention to what we currently have, like the one we currently have is still running. So if you do the math, like it was an M level from 220 to almost 223 UTC to about now. So it's been running for about 30 minutes or so. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna be pretty active for a few years, I would assume, at least. Until 2030, we'll probably be in solar minimum, and our base won't be a C. Probably be much lower. Probably an A or a B. So yeah. It's gonna be pretty active. I would assume it's gonna be very intense for like at least a year, maybe more. I think we all predicted by now it would cool down, so we don't know, but I think there's still a lot more to come. It won't be like 2024 where every week we kind of went through something intense, you know? So that's kind of where I'm at right now, predicting. Yeah, you know, it's like that. It is definitely like that. Have you, because right now, you know, every year, I don't know if you've noticed this, if you go on Instagram or YouTube or anything, if you've like done your research and like looked at things, there's always been people who say you got to do this, you got to meditate, or you got to do this thing. Like overall, there has been like a million things. Overall, for me personally, what changed my life is regulating the nervous system. We have a free course on this channel. I literally worked so hard on it. It's a free course. Literally has exercises and breathing techniques, and it'll teach you how to regulate your nervous system, release trauma, get out of fight or flight, reduce anxiety, reset the nervous system, everything. We have a free course on that on this channel. It's literally free. Anyone can watch it. Trust me, if you want to, I'm thriving kind of. I'm doing really good during this time, right? And I don't think we've had anything like this for a while. A few weeks ago we did. But we never had like 6X classes. So if you regulate your nervous system, I think it'd be much better. You'll navigate these times much easier. Because I try meditating and stuff, but if the body is on like fight or flight, like I just can't meditate at all. So like you gotta shift that nervous system. It says, how does one do that? Fasting? No, I have a course. Like you just do exercise, specific exercise. It's a somatic exercise that uses eye movement and a technique that's quite ancient, and yeah. And the other ones are breathing techniques. They're not your normal breathe in and out. That's not doing too much, right? I don't know, breathing in and out definitely doesn't do much for me. There's specific breathing patterns. So yeah, they're really simple. Everything's really like very simple. So if you really want to reset that nervous system, you know, because if you're all jittery, that's the nervous system. It's been like we've been dealing with this for years now. If you have digestion issues, if you have gut issues, it's all in the gut. The vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve. It literally runs. It controls your breathing, your heart rate. It'll literally go all the way down to the gut. It is one powerful thing. If you think you have gut issues, yes, probiotics and asparagus are the healing. You know, like that's what healed my gut. That's literally a little cheat code if you ever have gut issues. Asparagus will repair leaky gut. We get into a lot of like special techniques on here. Right, probiotics will most likely help repair. But most people aren't having intestinal issues. It's usually in the gut. I think most people, trust me, you have like probiotics and everything, it's gonna take care of it all. Most of the digestion issues the last 5 years people have experienced have really been the gut and trauma and things like that, because trauma does get stored in the body. That's why certain areas can be tense. That's why certain areas can be things that the exercise I do is will help release trauma stored in the body. It's actually amazing. But probiotics and prebiotics are truly helpful, you know? It's good to have you here in the stream. And hopefully other people learn and grab some information, because I know a lot of people that struggle with gut issues, or you're nervous. If you are in the spiritual community, if you're energy sensitive, if you're weather sensitive, anything like that, you ultimately, you got to think to yourself, what are the symptoms? If you're jittery and having anxiety, that is just straight up probably the nervous system. It does not feel safe. You could always have some anxiety. It's fine, I guess, but like, I think when people report it like crazy, then you know for a fact it's their nervous system. Many people are really on fight or flight naturally, which is not good. The planets, it's solar. It's mostly solar activity in the Schumann resonance. It's not so much of the planets. The planets are much more different. So if there's like a Mercury retrograde, like it's literally just what, like having conversations with people. It's not the planets. It's the solar activity that has mainly been the big cause for the shift in everything, because the sun, I think some people are starting to realize that, and think people are thinking that the sun has consciousness, and the sun releases solar flares. These solar flares contain plasma. They hit the earth. Now people will tell you that the earth has a magnetic field. Some of these solar flares are so magnificent, and so much solar wind and pressure that comes from the sun is so strong, it literally shrinks the magnetic field. That energy comes in causing auroras. Well, not only does it affect, I think it also affects people too. That is what's really causing the effect on the nervous system. So planets themselves orbiting and whatnot, you know, it could rule communication, it could rule other various things. That's, in my opinion, what they do. So it's not the planets. Planets that have nothing, they don't really impact much the nervous system. The planets are more so communication. Planets is more so maybe life, maybe triggering, bringing things up, truth, motivation. Pretty much that's what planets really do. Um, it's interesting. How long have you been like? I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to ask or say like what I'm gonna say. So, but I gotta go. We got a lot of videos on this channel, so if you want to learn about the Schumann resonance from a scientific perspective and how It goes to a spirituality. I also have a course on that. Made a lot of videos. I mean, we had a rare planetary alignment, one of the rarest ones once 100 years, I think. We had that too a few weeks ago. So I'm gonna go. I appreciate you. If I help one person, I'm helping everyone. Thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe. And yeah, I'm gonna be streaming again tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm gonna go.